Hello my friends, welcome back to... Let's look at some mods, shall we? Now this will be quite the packed episode because we have in store a cool vehicle. How high can this jump if I go full boost out of the water? Yeah, another cool vehicle. Oh well, we can't capture him, but we can mesmerize him. Your worst nightmares is that the freaking sea dragon leviathan in my safe shallows, and probably the wildest base I've ever seen. I am an alcoholic, so let's go traumatize ourselves. Now I am over here at
Subnautica modded vehicle testing area.
And let's take a look at some new vehicles. And first on our chopping block is the Echelon high-speed subaquatic superiority fighter. This thing is pretty expensive to craft, so let's take a look if it's worth it. It looks quite tiny. Ah yes, the futuristic Dorito chip. Who wouldn't love it? Alright, here it is. Looks super cool. This is the vehicle battery back here. Whoa, look at this. Access the upgrades down here. Oh my goodness, and it even has the custom picture. Oh my goodness, this is cool. Let's hop in. Whoa. What? This is third person. Is this marking enemies for me? Leviathan detected. Oh my gosh, this thing is fast. Look, and it's showing me where the enemies are. And wait, hang on, how do I control this? Wow, okay, if I hold F, I can even get like a full 360 view around this thing while I drive it. So it says it has an onboard weapons system. I'm guessing I have to craft those weapons. But this is incredible. Let's try to build a quick moon pool, see if we can dock this thing perhaps. What are you doing up here, mate? Wow, this thing is fast. I might be able to like outswim any leviathan that might want to eat me. Oh yeah, no problem. Where did all this stuff come from? You know when you have so many mods that you start losing track of what does what? Yeah, I've crossed that bridge like years ago. We have torpedoes, a drive, a nuclear battery, and repair modules. Superior oh yeah, heck yeah. I do also want to point out that to craft these in the actual game, that'd be quite a bit of farming. You know, it seems surprisingly balanced. So we have the torpedo system, drive upgrade, nuclear battery, and the repair module. Well, let's see. Oh my god. There we go. Oh, cue the Doom music. My goodness. This is absolutely incredible. By the way, I want to point out that when you toggle free cam, pressing C angles down, space angles up, which is actually really handy. I'm also curious, how high can this jump if I go full boost out of the water? It jumps pretty far. Man, this vehicle is incredible. If you love insane vehicles as much as I do, this is definitely one not to pass up. Make sure you guys check it out. Okay, and next up, we already had a crazy vehicle in this one, but this one might just top it. We even get custom audio with this one. I freaking love it. This, everybody, is the Blossom. And it is a specialized vehicle meant for capturing creatures. Look at it. As you can probably already notice, it has a bit of a flower-like design, or rather, a mesmer-like design. In fact, it requires a mesmer to be crafted. You literally have to have an aquarium. You have to get a mesmer egg, hatch it, and then you can build this sub. In the background, it's actually even playing a custom song right now. I just don't want to have it too loud because of copyright issues. Here we are on the inside. There is an aquarium. Vehicle batteries right here. And then, of course, upgrades. And they also have the custom picture of the Blossom. So freaking cool, man. This vehicle is reasonably fast. Now, obviously, it's not as fast as some of our fastest vehicles in the game, but it can cover some ground. The more interesting thing, however, is that when I press G, you can see the icon change. And now, if I was to exit, actually, you can see that the vehicle has sort of expanded. And now, if I approach a small creature, just this boomerang, it will be drawn to the sub, and as soon as it touches, look at that. It gets added to my aquarium. This is so freaking crazy. We're getting like the wildest of vehicles in this one. Alright, test number 1. Can we park it into the moon pool? Oh, we can. Now in here, we can actually change the colors of it. Look at that. Oh, and you can even get upgrades to automatically scan or cure anything that you capture. This is so freaking incredible, man. Let's try this thing. the lava lizard, which most definitely should be here. Oh, well, we can't capture him, but we can mesmerize him. Man, if you're somebody who just loves collecting fish and like researching the fauna of this planet, this vehicle is like a dream come true. Obviously, the final thing we have to check out is if we can mesmerize a Reaper. Now, while we travel there, I also want to give a massive shout out to this entire team. They're currently working on Beneath the Waves, a massive void expansion that features new biomes, fauna, flora, vehicles, and a whole bunch of cool stuff. They are currently looking for a 3D artist, so if you're interested, make sure to hit them up. I will leave the link to their Discord down in the description. It seems to almost work temporarily, I'm not sure, but anyways guys, this vehicle is absolutely incredible. And if you're somebody who's really into, collecting fish or researching the fauna of this planet, you should absolutely check it out. Okay, and next up, do you sometimes feel like the world of Subnautica is a bit predictable? I mean, once you've been through the biomes once, you kind of know where everything is. You might remember the mod Migrate, which attempts to solve this. Is that the freaking sea dragon leviathan in my safe shallows? Oh, I might have messed something up. Hang on. Now you might remember the mod Migrate tried to fix this a little bit, but now we have another one which is kind of pushing for the same thing, but this one is simply titled Random Creature Spawns. And what it does is, yeah, pretty much what that name entails. There is now a chance in every biome for a random creature to spawn. Now these creatures are picked from a list such as, ooh, it's a Reaper Leviathan right there, or Mr. Amp Eel right around the corner here. And then you can set a multiplier for how many of these you want around the world. Gosh, imagine combining this with the Death Run. Don't get any ideas. That's another sea dragon. Boy, this mod loves sea dragons. That's two sea dragons fighting Reapers right now. And a Ghost Leviathan to boot. Okay, I might have... I set the multiplier to 2, just in my defense. That might have been an overkill. Now, from my understanding, this is supposed to spawn 10 creatures per area, so I'm assuming now it's spawning 20. Also, as a side note, I just quickly checked, and yes, you can in fact open the .json file and actually pick which creatures you want to be spawning and which ones you want excluded. That was not a sound I would expect to hear. That's a Ghost Leviathan. But yeah, this is definitely a way to spice your world up. Oh my goodness. Where did Subnautica modding go so wrong? Alright, and finally, throughout this video, you might have been seeing this beacon right here. I am trying to record, man, and you might be wondering what that beacon leads to. And well, I'm gonna spoil the surprise. It leads to a sea dragon eating my... Right, so it leads to probably the craziest Subnautica base I've ever seen. But we're gonna go check it out, and you guys will quickly understand what I'm talking about. Now, when you arrive to the coordinates of this beacon, which is kind of on the edge of the dunes here, you'll find a brand new floating island, which is super cool by itself. Look at this design. I love this like very dense coverage with these tiny little bushes. It makes it look like it's like some thick moss or something. And then this here, this here is your base, or a part of it at least. This is some sort of a dock. Now, look, I will also say, when I first loaded this up, like half of this base did not load. And then what you have to do is you have to go into this edit structures thing, and you basically have to reload every structure that is connected to between earth and water, which is the name of this base. And there's like a billion of these, by the way. But the thing is, it is probably worth it because this is the wildest base I've ever seen. This right here is a dock for your submarine, complete with like a ramp that you use to get up. What am I looking at, man? This is some sort of a water filtration thing. And we're in Subnautica, right? All kinds of weird lasers going on. No clue what any of this is. Stuff clipping through. Oh my god, it might be a memory leak of some sort. The Seamoth Bay is that way. But this, all of this, is your base. Mind you, it is possible that some parts of it have not fully, rendered. The whole place looks gorgeous. I don't understand how there's water above everything, but maybe that's not supposed to be there. So, living quarters here. This carpet here. These are my living quarters. A bunk bed here, which I can use as trash can. Moving on, this is definitely my storage room. A ton of lockers here. A bit of a leaky pipe too, but you know, that's alright.
I am an alcoholic.
Over this way is some sort of like an entertainment area. There's some very tiny bar tables, which I'm pretty sure are just scaled. Today's special, the mac and cheese, baked beans, and clam chowder. My goodness. But like, look at all this. And I see the kitty over there. Hi. Jesus, man. I have a problem. I'm just so confused by this base, but I love every bit of it. There's the purple cone. I'm kind of walking up here. Some more cargo around, or stuff. There's another bay this way. I really couldn't tell you what this is for. I'm presuming the Cyclops. Okay, this is like an upper viewing deck. There's a bunch of posters. This is a nice little seating area. More bottles, of course. You know, can't go a minute without those. And then we go back into the main area of this habitat. And it's just like this gorgeous, like, inside garden. You can get a look down. Look at this. It's so incredible. I don't understand half of this base, but it is so freaking cool. I'm not sure if this is like a reference. I'm not sure if this is trying to like recreate something. It looks amazing. Look at this. It's just a bunch of carpets, man. This looks kind of sick. I mean, I don't know how this is Subnautica, but I love it. I'm actually at a loss for words. There's more carpet. And then this goes down. Oh, and you can swim down here again. Whoa. Oh, so this is underneath the island. There's a bunch of floodlights too. It's so sick, man. Yeah, and just so you guys get like an idea of the scope of this place, like look how massive this island is. Oh, there's like skeletons built into the sides. Holy mackerel. Jeez, look at this. What am I looking at, man? Let's spawn the Cyclops just so that we have a bit of a size reference here. I'm gonna dock it in there, see what that looks like. I could probably park 3 of these in here, no problem. That is so freaking dope. Wait, no, there's actually no way. Can I close that somehow? Oh my god, that works. This is insanity. Anyways, guys, if you're looking for probably the wildest base the world has ever seen in Subnautica, this is definitely one to check out. I love it. Massive props to the creator, and massive props to the creators of all of these mods, guys. If you want to check them out yourself, links to all of them will be down in the description below. And with that, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. All those would be very much appreciated. And with that, I'm gonna wish you all a beautiful rest of the day, and I'll see you in whatever next video I make. Bye bye.